Hi, welcome to my channel. Title of the video, I tried hard to make you want me. This was a title of it's not a title of a song actually. I was driving along yesterday, but it was the first sentence in a song that's on a really old playlist on my iTunes account because Spotify just won't work with my new car at the moment, but that's a problem with my phone and not a problem with my car. And I listened to it and I like the song, I like the melody and everything, but I had to turn it off, I had to flick it on because the words were really getting on my nerves because I thought, why would you try hard to make someone want you? One, you can't try hard, you can't make somebody want you, which the song was pretty much saying. You know, I did all of this to make you want me, I did everything right and you still didn't love me. Because it's not possible, because energetically you're out with what you want. So first of all, let's say this. If you're trying to make somebody want you, then you are saying that this version of you isn't good enough, that this version of you is not all that it should be. So you have to do more. Say more, text more, say all of the things that you think, and what you're trying to do when you do this is make that person feel good about themselves. You are trying to make them feel so great that they cannot be without you because nobody else will make them feel like that. That's really what you're trying to do, and that's a need for validation in some respect. So if they feel like that, they won't want to look elsewhere. They'll have to be with you because who else is going to make them feel like that? That's what we're generally doing when we're doing that and we're behaving. It's not necessarily that we don't think the things that we're saying, but we're actually putting it all out there in a sort of a tirade of stuff for them to come back with, for them to say that, oh my God, no one's ever spoken to me like this before, you're amazing, and whatever you're looking to get from it, you're looking to get something from it. So if you're looking to get something from it, you're trying to make somebody behave in a certain way, feel a certain way about you. But we don't have to make them do that, because when we feel it internally and the energetic version of them we have is the version that is like that, then we don't need to try. And we have that energetic version by bringing it back and saying, well, hang on a minute, something's wrong here. If I'm trying to make something happen, it cannot happen, because what's happening is I'm chasing. And when I am chasing, they are running. You cannot chase somebody without them running away. If you're chasing something, it's running. It's a fact, isn't it? Bearing in mind that this is an energetic universe and we are reacting to people based on their energy and they are reacting to us based on our energy, then that needs to coincide. It can't be different. You can't have, so the energy that you have at the moment, if you're trying to make somebody do something, is a bit fearful. Whether it's a bit fearful or a lot fearful, there's fear involved. And when there's fear involved, it's a fear of loss. And if you're fearing losing something, you will lose it. Because it's an energetic, you're creating the energetic version of loss within you, that relationship going in some way. And so inevitably it does. It might be gradual, it might just be overnight. Sometimes we can have a feeling and it happens overnight, but often it's a gradual pull away. And it's based on that, us trying to make somebody be the person that we want them to be to make us feel good. You only want somebody to be a certain way in order to make you feel good. So the reason we get very attached to certain people is because there's something about them that in the past has made us feel good about ourselves, made us feel good. There's that chemistry between some people, isn't there, that you don't get with a lot of people. That makes us feel good inside, and we want more of that. So we're craving that. We're not necessarily craving the person as such, it's more their energy that we are craving, and we're wanting to make us feel good. So we think if we make them feel good, they will then come back and make us feel good. But we are pushing, we are wanting to make somebody behave in a certain way so that we feel better, we feel good. And that's a lot of pressure to put on somebody if you look at it like that. What happens in relationships when somebody starts pulling away from you or behaving in a different way than you expect from them is, well, you kind of expect it, but let's say somebody does something or says something to you and it hurts you, or you don't like it, whatever it is, you feel angry about it and you ruminate on it and you think, how did I make that happen? Why did they say that? And you think about it, think about it, and think about it. So you start growing that energy, and you grow it, and you grow it. And it puts a little bit of fear inside of you that that's the kind of person they are. So what happens is the energetic version you have inside of you changes slightly and it incorporates this. So they start becoming that. They start behaving more and more and more like that. But it's only because you've built that energy and you've incorporated it into your internal version of them. So they start showing like that on the outside. Just give you an example. In the summer, like Jeremy and I rarely argue, to be quite honest, because I don't think either of us can be bothered. We've got too much going on, we just don't. But sometimes we do. And he said something that really pissed me off, made me so angry. And I had to walk away. I was so angry. And I went upstairs and I was making the bed. I was flicking the sheets around and like, the names I was calling him, like, you wouldn't believe. Like, not to him, but to myself. I was saying it kind of out loud as I was making the bed. And I did it for about 2 minutes and then I stopped, right, stop, no more. Because if you carry on like this, you'll just keep seeing more and more of it. And I know that for a fact. So I stopped, I got it all out there. I said the horrible things about him. And then I thought, okay, take a deep breath, forget about it. Just go down and make both of you a drink. Just forget it. So I went downstairs and it was all coming away. I could feel it just going from me, just going, because I knew there was no point in it carrying on. And so I made us both a drink and it was absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. Carried on as normal. Never got that thing never got mentioned again. That topic never came up again, and all was good. Because I let it go. And it's funny because I say it never came up again, it kind of did, because we talked about it a couple of days later and we were laughing about it and I was saying about all the names I was calling him when I was upstairs, and he went, oh, and then I said, but then I just let it go because I knew if I carried on then I'd see more of it. And he went, oh, what? And he kind of gets it, kind of doesn't. And I said, because I know, knowing what I believe and how I live my life, I couldn't carry that on. We were talking about people being in moods and that sort of thing, and that's how it kind of came out, and he sort of understood that. And I said, and then it didn't carry on, and then it was over in a flash because I let it go, because there is no point in holding on to things. I'm lucky I don't hold on to resentment of any kind. I never have, and I'm pretty sure that I do get that from my dad, because he was like that. Because there's just no point. But it's easy for me to say that when I naturally don't hold on to stuff, and if you naturally do, it's quite difficult to decide that you're not going to do that, but you can make the decision not to do that. So what I'm saying here, let's not go off on a tangent, is you do recreate them unknowingly, energetically, like that. So you take that element away again and recreate them back to how they were when you first met them, or were in the relationship where this stuff wasn't happening. So you recreate them that way, but you have to know, first of all, before you do any recreation of anybody else, that you're only doing it for a bit of fun. You're only doing it to see what happens. You are not doing it to force it, because if you're forcing it, it's not going to happen. You can do all manner of stuff. You can affirm, you can feel good about it, and you can do vision boards and you can feel good about it, and you can script and you can feel good about it. But if you're still pushing at it and you're still trying too hard to make that person be a certain way, it won't happen. You can go on for years. It's absolutely no point. I would just say stop now. If you found that you've been going on a long time doing this, it's only because you've got this underlying thing going on, this underlying kind of feeling and this need. You are needing validation in some way. It's either validation that you've done all this inner work and you want to see it working out, so that's validation, or it's validation that you want them to come back to you and apologise, that's a validation, or just to make you feel good about yourself, you just want them to come back so that you feel good. Again, it's all a need for validation, and that is what's going to hold us off with these things. You have to do it with okay, let's just see what happens. That's what I found. It has to be with a light heart. You can do anything with a light heart. You can do anything if you're not pushing at it, if you're just having a go, if you're just playing around with energy. If you aren't a member on my website, and I know you can join up for free or you can join up as a paid member, premium member. Premium members, I'm hoping that I'll be able to set it going by next Friday. I'm going on holiday next weekend for a week, so it may not come to fruition on Friday, but if it does, the first course that I'm putting up for premium members, because I'm starting to do courses on my members area, is manipulating energy, influencing energy, I've called it. So it's a whole course on that, how you can do that step by step, how you can do it with objects, how you can do it with people, what's going on energetically with people. It's really, really fairly in-depth. I've called it a mini course. It's not that much of a mini course, to be honest, but there's a lot going on in there which will really help you, I think, understand energy to a point of thinking, okay, yeah, that's all I'm doing here. Why am I making it hard work? It shouldn't be hard work. So let's just summarize. You can't make somebody want you. You can't make somebody love you, because when you're trying to make it happen, pushing at it, you've got the wrong energy. You haven't got the energy that is going to draw them to you. You haven't got the energy that's going to have them show up the way that you want them to show up, because you're outwardly trying to do stuff that you think will make them happy so that they want you, so that you are the only one for them. So again, it's a need. And like I've said before, you can need something and manifest, but it's a different kind of a need. This is a need, this is a validation need. and it's different. And if you need validation, it's never going to show up for you, not consistently anyway. Kind of turn it on its head and know that, no, I must be needing validation if this is how I'm feeling. If I'm trying to make this happen, I'm needing validation in some way. What is that validation that I need? Okay, why do I need that? Let's see if I can let that validation go, let the need for that validation go. By healing it, I heal the need for validation from this person. You may be able to say it once and get some relief from it, or you might have to say it a few times. But again, it's just going in deep, going into your subconscious, finding what's there and letting it go. Because if then you will change yourself energetically. And when you are changed energetically, other stuff changes on the outside, because it can't fail to, because you've changed. But you have to feel that inner shift. That's what you're looking for, is an inner shift. How can I do that? What is the need in me and why is it there? Even if you know what it is, but you don't know why it's there, it doesn't really matter, you don't need to know why it's there, but you need to know what it is in order to heal it. So you can say you heal it, or you can say that you dissolve it, that you erase it, that you delete it. Depends whatever wording works for you. I like heal because it kind of makes me feel like my own doctor. Oh yeah, I'm healing that, I'm getting rid of that, I'm dealing with that. But I also like dissolve. I don't use delete or erase or any of that, but it might work better for some of you. It's just me, what I like and don't like. So that's the end of this video, because I can tell that I'm going to just go off on one in a minute if I carry on. So yeah, the need for validation, when you're needing somebody to behave in a certain way, say certain things to you, it's because you want them to make you feel good, because you get that feeling when you're with them, and certain things they've said to you in the past have made you feel good, and you're looking for that again. It's like a drug. So you're thinking, if you say all of the right things to them, they will come back, they will come back, or they will be with you full on. Because how are they going to get that from anyone else? And they're going to know that. They're going to think, oh, nobody else would say these things to me. Nobody else would behave like this with me. I have to have this person. But unfortunately, that doesn't happen, because it's energetic. Just bring it back to energy all the time. Okay, what is my energy doing? Is my energy in line with what I'm doing? No, it isn't. As soon as you know it's not in line, you know it's not going to work. So you can then do something about that, recreating the energy within you. Right, that's it. I am going to stop. So I do offer Zoom coaching, email coaching. I am an author. My books are all listed below, 4 based around the law of attraction, 1 based around self-concept, all available on Amazon. And like I said, my members area, the first course should be going live to premium members. I'm really hoping it will be Friday. There should be no reason it's not going to, because I don't need Jeremy to do anything. It's just me. If I'm holding it up, because I've got a lot of stuff going on next week, because I am going away next Saturday for a week. But I will really, really do my best to get it out there for you. Thanks for watching.